Good afternoon, Chaotic Comics here. This is my third attempt at making this video. So I will speed it along and hopefully it continues to record. First book I have here is Conan the Barbarian, #1. Great cover. I have Conan #14. First appearance of Elric. My camera is now going rogue. I have Conan 23. First appearance of Red Sonja. Conan 75. Conan 67. And these now seem to be out of order. They were in order, however, just from making the last video that did not record, they're now out of order, so I apologize. Conan 44. Conan 37. Conan 31. 133. 132. 132. And these were all $1. The Conan 1 was not $1, obviously, or the Red Sonja, or the first appearance of Elric, #14, but the rest are $1. Conan 121, 116, 92. It's a great cover. 170, 167. And I kind of did this backwards, where I bought Conan issues from the first series as I found them first, and then I picked up one, and then I also have the I have the last issue as well. So I just need everything from that's in the middle, not everything obviously, but 144, 138, 135, and 134. Fortunately, I have the first two, or the appearance, one and the second appearance of Red Sonja, Elric, Conan 1. So all the rest are just typically dollar issues. So it's just a matter of finding them. And Conan the Barbarian 1, king size annual, just great cover. Barry Smith. And then I picked this up. It is Silver Surfer #1, and it is a 2.0, and it is a restored grade, but the price was just too good to turn down. It has some tape on cover, some minor along here, and then there's some small amount of color touch as well. But the price was right, so I picked it up. Because they're not getting any cheaper. Popeye 48, the 1 in 10 cover. I think this was like, I don't know, $15, $20. The one that you want, and I'm sure most of you are aware, is the zombie variant. It's going from like $200 to $500. These kind of just came out of nowhere, snuck up on people. I'm sure they have a low print run as well, especially these 1 in 10. But the price was right, so I picked it up. Spawn, the first appearance of the Gunfighter. I need #2, but I like this cover. So retro feel to this cover. Supergirl #1. I've been watching this for a while. Found it for a good price and picked it up. These are some of the Monster of the Month variants from DC. This is Bill Sienkiewicz's cover, I believe. Superman, Wonder Woman 12. This is a Harley Quinn 21, and this is a Suicide Squad 13. I like monsters, kind of the old feel of the Universal monsters, so I like picking those up whenever I find them. Detective Comics 472. The Batman is Dead. kind of done like a tombstone here. The cover, just a really cool, iconic cover. And this is my favorite all-time Batman cover. Batman 235, second appearance of Talia al Ghul. See the cape and cowl floating. They think they've killed the Batman, but here he is, ready to lunge to exact his revenge. Just a great cover. I think this is the second or third copy I own of this. Whenever I find it cheap, I will pick it up. Uncanny X-Men 120 Chaos in Canada. And this is the first appearance of Alpha Flight. And I've been picking up Alpha Flight as I find them, you know, $1 or less here and there. So I thought I might as well pick up their first appearance. Picked up 2 of these just because they were a couple bucks each. And it's West Coast Avengers 45, the first appearance of the White Vision. I think there was a little bit of heat on that. I don't know if there is anymore, but picked it up. I actually collect West Coast Avengers, and I didn't have those 2. Justice League, this was a set, number 1, and first appearance of Maxwell Lord. These are probably fine copies, but the price was, I think, $5 or $6 for both as a set, so I picked it up. I read an article on classic iconic covers, and the Batman that I showed, Batman Was Dead, was on there. The Conan, the Barbarian King size, and this as well. And I have quite a few of the Tomb of Dracula, but I didn't have this one. It's number 60. And I agree, it's a cool cover. But I was looking on eBay, and someone was selling 9 of them, all VF and above, for $16. So I couldn't pass it up. So I bought them. And then Daredevil 189. I have a couple of these. Found it for $1, picked it up. And I know it's not the first appearance of the stick. I can't remember what the significance is. It'll come to me, I'm sure, once the video is over. However, I picked it up because it was cheap. I've been working on these Marvel 25th Anniversary covers. So this is Fantastic Four 296. Cloak and Dagger, found 2 of them for $1 each. I picked them up. And then Conan, and that's Cloak and Dagger 9. And then Conan the King 37 from the second series, I believe. The ones that are hard to find, and I'm sure because they have a limited print run. But if there's I believe Care Bears, Ewoks, and there may be an Alf. But the Care Bears and Ewoks are like 70 plus. Once again, I'm sure because of the limited print run. Most people were collecting superheroes. Kids were probably collecting the others, but they're hard to come by. Or at least on eBay, they sell for quite a bit. I've never really seen any in anyone's videos. I'm sure they're out there, obviously, but just not all that common. Savage She-Hulk number 1, variant edition. I like zombies. Riff on the first She-Hulk, so I picked it up. With that said, about zombies, I had read these and I have them in a box, but I didn't want to dig them out, so I bought them again from my comic shop. And they weren't expensive; they were a couple bucks each. But I recommend this series if you're into zombies and horror. It is Warren Ellis Black Gas, and these are the gore covers. It's number 1. Number 2, and we have number 3. It's quite enjoyable. I enjoyed it, obviously, because it was enjoyable. And that's the first series. The second series, which concludes it, I didn't like as well, but it was still a good read. So this is number 1, number 2, and number 3. But if you're into horror, I'd pick them up. You can find them for $1 or $2. X-Women number 1, one shot. Chris Claremont and Milo Manara. I like Milo Manara's work. I picked this up, and it also has Psylocke, so I couldn't pass that up. I got this for, I think, $5 or $6 First appearance of Lando Calrissian, Star Wars 43. As most of you are aware, I'm sure, it's the first appearance of Lando, but it is also not a very expensive book. So I'm not sure, Boba Fett obviously is costly, and then you have 1 and then 2 with Han Solo and Chewbacca. But this one is you can still get for $5 or $6, so I'm not quite sure, even with the movie, quite sure why. He was a pretty popular character. It's not like people hate Lando. Tales of the Jedi, 4 out of 5. If I saw this for $1, I picked it up. I think this is Princess Leia as the bounty hunter, and then Jabba the Hutt. Moon Knight 25. I've been looking for this book for a while. Found it for a great price and picked it up. There's some heat on it. It's a black cover. So, the black covers are not always the easiest, not the easiest to store, but as you find them on these older issues, they're not always the best kept because they are black covers. This bag needs to be changed as the bag that it came in, but the cover's not that bad. And the price was good. Moon Knight, number 60, the final issue. And then we have Invincible Iron Man 54, the first appearance of Moondragon. And then we have Daredevil and the Black Widow 105. And it is the origin of Moondragon. And then I have no idea why I picked this up. This is Daredevil 108. And it is Daredevil and Moondragon break up. I thought there was some other significance, but when I do research on it, I can't find anything. But it's a cool cover, nonetheless, and it was a couple bucks. So I paid a fortune for it. Incredible Hulk 141. I've been looking for this for a while, but either you find really crappy copies, or they're just priced a little too high. So this is probably a fine, but it was a good price, so I picked it up. This is my second issue of this, but there's some heat on this, so I saw it. I think it was like, I don't know, 12 or 14 bucks. Spider-Woman number 1, so I picked that up. Secret Wars 7, the first appearance of the new Spider-Woman, Jessica. I believe her name is Jessica. And right now, her last name is escaping me. The Mighty Isis number 1. I hope I do not find myself on a government watch list for buying a comic with the title Isis. However, I think there's some heat with this. I think she's going to be in the Shazam movie. And I remember as a kid watching Shazam, the television show in the 70s, and I believe Isis was part of it. I could be wrong. I mean, it's been a few years. More than I'd care to admit. G.I. Joe 249, just a great cover. Baroness and the new character, and I cannot think of her name. And then Dawn, was her name Dawn? I don't know. And then the Virgin variant. And this was online. I think it was like 15 bucks for the set. And then finally, Swamp Thing number 9. That's one I didn't have in the first Swamp Thing series. I think I have all others. Just didn't have this one. And then I saw this. And had to pick it up just because it's a great homage to it. And it's Deep Roots number 1. Variant cover, I believe. But just great cover. Great riff on a classic cover. And then I promised my youngest son Camden that I would show this in my video. So my son made this for me. And it is a Batman utility belt. And it has all these gadgets on it. And then there is a grappling hook, which I may try later. But thank you, Camden. I love you very much. That concludes my video. I'll make another one next couple of days. So tune in. I appreciate everyone viewing, and I hope everyone has a safe and fun weekend. Thank you so much.